The following is a Norstar home video release.
Hey, nigger, you ready to go back to prom?
Of course.
Okay.
Let's dance.
Hey guys, it's your favorite final girl and boy, Emily and Nick, and your favorite final babysitter, Mark. Coming at you with a new episode of Gag Me With a Knife, a weekly podcast where we dissect, disembowel, and shred the best and worst slasher movies. We're going back to prom again for 1989's Prom Night 3, The Last Kiss. Emily?
30 years ago, prom queen Mary Lou Maloney died in a fire at Hamilton High, but this hot tomato just won't stay dead. She's come back for some fun. She falls in love with the handsome hunk Alex, and suddenly the boy is earning straight A's and scoring for the football team, as well as with the love-struck Mary Lou. But Mary Lou's magic turns to murder when anyone gets in her way. As the body count grows, Alex is no longer sure he can handle this vicious vixen, but there is no escape as Alex learns when he dares to resist Mary Lou's hot lips. 1989, your thoughts?
It calls her a tomato?
This is the best of the Prom Night series.
Yep.
This one's fucking awesome.
No, my favorite. Well, I like one better, but yeah, of the sequels.
The one is the template. This is the best
Two
one.
of the companion pieces, 2 and 3, this one is better, I think.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
All right. You guys want to get started?
Yep.
There's a foggy graveyard. There's some weird dancing in chains. I think they're in hell. There's somebody cutting at their chains with a nail file. And it's Mary Lou Maloney's grave. It explodes. We're zooming through the school. It's like Evil Dead vision. There's a janitor. He's mopping and drinking booze that he's hiding in his mop
It's
bucket.
one of her former boyfriends.
Oh, yeah. It's Jack Russell. And
Roswell.
He feels a chill wind. He's like, who's there? There's a little demonic girl laugh. He goes to the boiler room, and there's a jukebox down there playing. Pretty normal. He's
Even
like,
though he works there, and he should know that's like, who the fuck just wheeled a jukebox in?
This jukebox wasn't here yesterday. But there's a woman in a black veil, and she asks for a dance. And it's Mary Lou. And it's his
Who's
ex.
hotter than part 2?
Oh yeah, by far.
That's hard for me.
No, she got a Tiffany Amber Thiessen thing going on, man.
Yeah.
So the jukebox electrocutes Jack, and his pacemaker pops out of his heart, and she's like, Mom always said I was a heartbreaker.
That effect is so cool.
And then there's a sax player in the school band. They're playing La Bamba, and he's making eyes at this girl in the crowd, and she's mouthing I love you, but Leonard, the trombone player, thinks it's to him. Mr. Weatherall, the principal, says there's ghosts in the past, because this takes very literally the events of
Is Leonard
part
the one
2.
that's played by Barack Simpson?
No,
That's Larry.
that's Larry.
His name's Larry.
Larry the goofy
he's a
cop.
cop, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. But this fucking principal's talking like he's Mary Lou. He's a real hep cat. And he tries to cut the ribbon on the new gym, but he cuts off his finger, and there's a ghost wind. And somebody's like, don't worry, there were no casualties. And then there's a couple fatties in the gym, and the boys and the girls are all in the gym. It starts out like close up on them. There's a couple fat kids, and it zooms out, and everybody else is in the gym too. And we see Sarah and Alex, and he's having to decide whether he's going to go to the farm with his girlfriend Sarah or go on the road cross country with his best friend Shane. So he ends up going to the guidance counselor, Mrs. Richards' office, and she's a ghastly woman.
By the way, she gives guidance counselors a bad name, something that I have my degree in, and that's not the way that they act.
When she's talking to somebody, she's like really prim and proper, but as soon as she knows she's by herself, she's just like, that fucking asshole, God fucking.
My guidance counselor in high school looked like a lady that looked like Freddie Mercury in like the later years.
Mike, I thought this lady was somewhat attractive.
Mine had not a mustache, but just everything. It looked exactly the same.
I would have pretended to have problems if my guidance counselor was Mrs. Richards. But she basically calls him dumb and tells him he could work in a restaurant. But Alex forgets his Sarah's first anniversary. And he's like, oh, I've got a candlelight dinner planned. But it's in his car. And he's just talking about how he's average height. He's just an average Joe. And they're fighting. And he goes back to school for his books. and the doors are locked. But he turns around, and they're open, and they close right behind him. Mary Lou's controlling the ghost doors. So he goes in there, and there's a jump scare with a prom queen cutout. He's talking to the ghost like, I'm just going to get my books. And Mary Lou comes downstairs with big claws like she's gonna kill him, but when he falls down the stairs and he doesn't see her scars at first, and they kiss and they start necking on an American flag.
Necking.
And while they're
necking,
the Star Spangled Banner starts playing in the background.
Dude, this shit is so fucking funny.
And he wakes up nude, wrapped in the flag, and he successfully makes it to a bathroom.
They totally fuck on that flag.
Oh, they fucked on that flag, yeah. And he successfully makes it to the bathroom, but his bully, Andrew, is in the bathroom, and he's like, "Nice dress, F word." He calls him out.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna say it. Even though I guess I tend to say everything else on the show.
We're good on that.
No, yeah. You're pretty good.
So Alex gets on the payphone and he calls his mom.
Dumbwaiter is not canceled.
Dumbwaiter's not canceled? Okay.
No.
So he's talking to his parents and they have the Charlie Brown Peanuts adult voices.
That shit's awesome.
He fakes his best friend Shane's voice so he can get off the fucking phone. And Alex and Sarah, they make up. And she's like, "I don't get mad, I bake." And she says,
"This is the best girlfriend ever." Besides Mary Lou.
Well,
there's lots of funny announcements over the loudspeaker. They're like something about chess players playing with themselves. And for some reason, Shane and Alex are looking at microfiche and they come across Mary Lou Maloney, and Alex is like, "Oh shit, that's the bitch I fucked last night."
Yeah.
And then they are in biology class, and I don't know what the teacher's eating, but he's probably gagged on it. And for some reason,
I might be wrong, but I think this actor who is the teacher of this class, the banana guy, I think he is the guy who gets his head crushed in Toxic Avenger by the weights.
Okay.
I might be wrong, but I think it's the same guy.
Google that shit, boy. So while he's supposed to be taking this really important test, Alex starts hallucinating about Mary Lou giving him a handy. And the timer...
Why would he do that when he put his dick in her pussy?
He's a high schooler.
Yeah, but he fucked her pussy. Wouldn't he be thinking about that?
Fuck science class whenever you got laid last
I know, but I'm
night.
saying, why would you think about her giving you a hand job when you felt her whole fucking vagina?
Maybe she didn't give him a hand job the night before. Maybe
I really think
maybe he really wants hand jobs.
I think Mary Lou's controlling this hallucination more than he is.
Okay.
I mean, you know what? If you're good at it, you're good at it.
The old iron sights.
I've been told that I was good at it. So
handies.
Yeah.
Randy Handy.
You got the rhythm. She's got rhythm.
She's got the beat.
Are you a go-go?
I'm a Bengal. I'm a Bengal.
She jerks like an Egyptian.
Yeah.
This teacher's about to be a banana-rama.
It's a Manic Monday in my mouth.
That ain't no joke. So Alex is getting absolutely murked on the football field, and all of a sudden he hears the voice of Mary Lou, and he scores a touchdown. You get the feeling it's his first. Then they're in the locker room.
You get the feeling. I mean, they say it.
They're in the locker room.
You have to get the feeling of it. They say it quite a bit.
The feeling it's
so
his
I
first.
thought that this team captain was the quarterback, like any other football team, but Alex
Turns
is
out
playing
he's a
wide
tight
receiver.
end.
He's playing wide receiver, and at some point, the coach pulls the team captain out and puts Alex in. So does that mean the captain's a wide receiver? I don't know.
Who cares? I know, it's just like it's a football game.
Are you talking about Boys Gone Wild?
I think he's talking about some
Volume
other.
7.
I think he's talking about the porn he watched. That had a football theme.
No stepdads.
But they had
football.
that guy was not a stepdad, by the way. It was his real dad.
Called running backs.
I'm just talking about what I watch on PH.
Oh yeah, you like stepdad porn. Sorry.
A stepbrother just will not do. Okay,
Gross.
so we see some.
That'd be a stepbrother. That'd be like a stepbrother and like the mom, like stepmom.
There's some good ones of those too.
I mean, I would assume that's what you would like over just a step.
I think
there's
that
this
is
one
the
where
downfall of modern porn.
There's this one where
The stepfather porn.
Any of the step family.
Well, I mean, the stepfather
though.
with what's
I
his
think
face?
it's weird and strange, and that's why we have to watch porn with the sound off unless you're weird.
we're living in a
incestual.
modern Rome.
But it's like, you know, incestual,
What
but
happened to
like
Debbie Does Dallas?
Adjacent. It's but yeah, whatever
my
happened to
real
that.
dad.
What happened to like
fucking-
the Devil and Mrs. Jones and shit like that? The Green Door.
Or like, you know, going to fix your phone or whatever.
Blue movie, man. Come on now.
That was all before broken families were more prevalent.
Yeah, broken families are a big deal in the
Doctor
porn
penetration,
industry.
man.
When,
Come on
when,
now.
when like people started getting divorces, the porn industry was like, yes.
I mean, even up until like Assquake 3, you know, it's a 10 on the Dichter scale.
God damn it.
Hey, man.
Okay, so we go back to the biology teacher, and he's still fucking eating. And
That's Mr. Walker,
Mr. Walker.
if you want to be.
So there's an
Don't worry
F
about
on Alex's paper, and
It changes into an A.
changes to an A, and the paper writes itself. And Mary Lou shows up, and she's like a
See, I
diner,
keep fucking
diner
Mary Lou.
waitress. The diner
This is
waitress.
how you get to be president.
That's how-
You
yeah.
fuck Mary Lou.
And she's got ice cream.
That's how oatmeal brains in office right now. Fuck Mary Lou.
She's like, you can have anything you want, and she
And
puts.
he was like, oatmeal for brains and the presidency.
He's like,
I would like dementia and the presidency, please. And Mary Lou Maloney was like, here you go.
All right.
so she puts ice cream cones through his hands, and then like a mixer through his face.
That's a good death.
That's a damn good death.
Yeah. It's that and Miss Richards are tied, in my opinion, for like best deaths. The next death.
Alex wanders in there and finds Mary Lou stroking, I think, a stuffed
think,
it's a peccary.
yeah.
It's a peccary. It's
She
a type of
strokes it
wild
to the
pig.
east. She strokes it to the west.
And she shows him the
Not north
test.
or south, though.
And he's impressed by her powers, you know. And she's turned Mr. Right into a human banana split. And she kisses him and gives him like an electric mouth kiss.
Mr. Walker?
And says like, you gotta move this big fat
Who's Mr. Right?
Mr.
Oh, he's not Mr. Wrong.
It's Mr. Walker.
I'm Mr. Wrong because it's Mr. Walker. They both start with W's.
I'm a Mr. Wrong,
Not
too.
if you said RIGHT, which you are. I guess you are. You know, you're not Mr. Right in that way.
Yeah. I suck.
He assumed it was with a W.
So she's like, you gotta help
Well,
me.
he was somewhat there.
She's like, hey, Alex, you have to help me hide this body. So he puts it in the cupboard, and
Yeah, it's like a Candyman situation at this point.
Yeah.
Pretty much like the whole rest of the movie is like, he's not really doing anything. She's just doing a bunch of shit, but he's like kind of in love with her, but
Yeah, it
kind of
is real.
not.
That's
He doesn't
Candyman.
really.
Yeah.
It's like
He has
it's
a
like,
real nonchalant attitude about death.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's just like, oh, damn, you gotta stop doing
Well,
this.
I mean, like it's people he doesn't care about.
Well, sure, but I mean, it's still his nonchalantness is like almost like welcomed with his character.
Yeah.
Like it's like, wow, dude, like this guy acts like a motherfucker. It's awesome. It's so good.
So he gets home, and
Yeah,
his
he
little
gives no
sister
shits.
blindfolds him because, oh, surprise! Somehow his parents know that he has a perfect score in his test. It's because Mary Lou called with the voice of Mr. Walker and said, best,
Perfect girlfriend.
and he's like, the dad's like, we're going to have your favorite, son, banana splits. So then he's in the car with Sarah after their dinner or whatever, and he's real distant, and she's like, fuck this, let me out of the car, and just walks home. So he gets a shovel, and he goes to
she's
the
not
field.
like doing this stuff for him and like passing tests. Like,
Nah, Mary Lou's...
She does bake for him though. But no, she's not dead. I mean, she can't come back and help him with his fucking
who
grades.
cares?
That's his own damn fault.
she looks.
Maybe
pretty,
he should
she
study
might, Mary Lou
harder.
might be dead, but she fucks. She looks like she fucks like she's alive.
Yeah, but
So-
maybe he should study harder and go hit the weights a little more, and then he can just be
Dude,
good
if
at that
you-
shit on
If
his
you're fucking
own.
with the occult and you're getting good grades and like motorcycles and shit, we'll climb that hill in a minute. But
Ghost pussy has
yeah,
ectoplasm.
yeah. I mean, nobody knocked Dan Aykroyd when he got a fucking ghost job.
Did you know that semen
That's
is
true.
semen is considered an ectoplasm?
Yeah, I'm sure you have come to that
They
conclusion.
call me ghost gut.
But you come to your own conclusion all the time.
Yeah, I don't think anyone else.
No, I conclude to my own comment.
Yeah, what do you have your own like what is that they call it in Ghostbusters? The box?
A PKE meter? Wait,
No, the box that they
Suck
put
'em
the
into?
ectoplasm in.
It's like a
A Proton pack?
Proton pack.
Well, that's what they got on their backs.
Well, I've got mine on
They
my
got a
I
little
don't know
box.
what the
Mine on my
slider
gut.
is. I don't know what that is.
Whatever, your
wait,
ectoplasm box, you probably have one at home.
the proton packs are where you don't cross the
Sicko.
streams.
Yeah,
And that's
just
just
keep-
saying don't sword fight in the bathroom.
Yeah, but
loads
Mike
I
does
don't-
that too.
The
So
loads I don't eat, I scrape into
Well,
a
Mike
box.
sword fights in the bathroom with himself in the mirror.
My jelly box.
you wonder why his mirror's wet
Well,
all
there's
the
a
time.
sink right under it, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, he thought it was a toilet.
It all drains
He's like,
down. Drains
he's
down
like,
into the
"Fuck
toothbrush
you,
holders.
Fuck you. He doesn't know what he looks like, so every time he looks in the mirror, he thinks it's someone else. He's just like fucking
Yeah,
fighting.
yeah.
He's like, I'll fucking beat your
I don't-
ass.
He still doesn't trust that guy in the mirror.
I don't look in a fucking mirror.
Clear, we know
Well,
that.
I know. Yeah, they're all broken.
That's where
Punching him.
Mary Lou's are there. Like
No, every time he turns,
no ghost
like,
is stealing my
"Fuck you."
cum.
And
That
then
comes
He
from
lives
me.
with Mitchell.
He almost got fired from his job at the bookstore because he wouldn't stop punching mirrors. There, Mike, that's you. It's not someone trying to fight you.
How many
No,
mirrors
man.
are in the bookstore, dog?
None now.
It's that Mary Lou trying to steal
Get rid of him.
Mary Lou's trying to steal my milk.
That's my milk.
Give me back my milk,
He
ghost.
tells himself that, the person he thinks it is, he's like, "Fuck you, dude. That's my milk."
He just goes up in front of some dude that he works with, washing his hands in the employee bathroom, just punches the mirror out in front of him.
I don't wash my hands.
I'm talking about somebody
Oh,
else,
somebody
a
else.
coworker.
No, you yell at the coworker, "That's my milk," and then you punch the mirror.
Through the sink across the room.
The bookstore's haunted, man. These ghosts ain't
It's
getting.
haunted by your bullshit.
I have to work for that milk. No ghost is getting it for free. That's my ectoplasm.
Oh my god.
So he gets a
That's
shovel.
a ghost that's
Are the
haunted
ghosts
by...
stealing books?
Your ghost is haunted by your cum.
Yeah, maybe it's a bunch of that. Like
It's all the lies
millions
I've
of
eaten.
souls you're flushing in the toilet in there in the employee
There's
bathroom.
so many dead babies
In my-
ghosts in that
they're
fucking...
inside
You
of
thought
me.
they were all in? No, well, yeah, the ones you're flushing down the toilet. Are you eating it at work?
I don't jack off at work much.
That's much. We know you've done it.
Well, you've already said where you
Not
work
at
on
this
this
job.
podcast. So
I've
have
never-
fun with that.
I know you have at a job.
When I was a hotel night clerk, I did to the Girls Gone Wild infomercial.
Wait.
I'm sweating.
Girls Gone Wild
I'm sweating
commercials.
profusely. I worked overnight. I worked
Girls Gone
overnight
Wild
at a
commercials.
motel.
What?
And
Like in the lobby? Were you in one of the rooms?
no, it was in like
What?
the place
Where
where
were
the
these
worker,
playing? In
where the
a
work,
hotel.
where the worker sits with the TV.
At the lobby?
Yeah, I guess.
At the
Why?
front
Did, you
desk?
jerked up there?
Yeah,
Wait, what?
yeah. I
How'd
did.
you pull that off? I mean, no pun intended.
Well,
He worked the
no
night
pun
shift.
intended.
so
He
when,
worked-
I feel like if you're in a situation where you could get in big trouble, you come faster because like the danger's part of the
Wouldn't that
equation.
stop?
Anyway, so
It's not
back
like
to
I'm
the movie.
edging.
Two Girls Gone Wild commercials?
This was like 2002 or something.
Okay.
This is a long time
What
ago.
motel
21
was
years
this?
ago.
Statute of limitations is up.
Yeah, what motel was it? Is it around anymore?
Country Inn and Suites. Fuck you, Deeple. You're a shitty boss. He sprayed me with Febreze because my dog had peed on my shirt.
Okay. Back
You
to
guys
the
want to
movie.
get back to the movie?
Yeah. Abso-fucking-lutely.
So Alex was shuffled. He drags this fat banana split motherfucker.
So he sprayed you with
My
Febreze?
mom's dog
He
pissed
was
in my
doing
laundry.
you a favor, you fucking smelly ass bitch.
No, because
Like, what the
this
fuck?
cheap motherfucker, it was June, and he wouldn't turn on the air conditioner, so I'm also sweating like I
you
am right now.
jerked
I'm
off.
sweating profusely.
So you're highly uncomfortable, so you thought
So
to
I saw-
masturbate.
And he
I saw him in
smelled
the
like
morning.
pee, and he smelled like dog pee, so it's like perfect time to masturbate.
I
To a
worked at
Girls
this
Gone
place for a
Wild
long time.
commercial. Gross. Can't believe you eat
One
it
time,
every time.
one time I huffed gas there too.
Okay.
Mom, don't listen to this fucking podcast.
Mom, I implore you to listen to this fucking podcast if you want to know your son.
Don't know me.
Obviously not.
When we get to heaven, there'll be no secrets.
I don't
And
think
they'll
you're
send me
gonna
to
meet her in
hell.
heaven, dog.
God's not letting you in.
I'll eat your cum, God.
He's gonna be cool with all that, except for like the last thing. You huffing gas. That's all it needs to be like, that's it. Sorry.
Eating millions of possible humans is no big deal. I'm like
No. That's
I'm the
Catholic. No
Kronos.
speed on. You don't spill your seed.
Yeah,
it
it's
has to be
fine.
recycled. It has to go back into
Yeah,
human.
I think that's.
I think
that's
you
like
can serve milk in Catholic.
Do you think
in
it-
I think that's
Catholicism.
preferable.
When I-
Yeah, I mean that's why they put it in little boys.
But when I eat my own cum, does it
We're
become
like
poop
sperm
or does
banks.
it become pee? Does cum become poop or pee?
Both.
What?
I think it becomes
half
poop.
and half?
I think
it
would,
separates.
I think it would
It
become
splits
No,
souls.
I think it would become poop because I think it would go into your stomach.
So you're shitting souls, but they're dead because
Yeah,
you've digested them and you've
And they
consumed
were
them.
well. Also, they were never anything to begin with because they never met with an egg. So
No, I
they're
mean, it's
just
the same thing
fucking
about it's the
sperm.
same thing about like bleeding it out or whatever. You know?
Yeah, it's like it didn't meet an
yeah,
egg
yeah,
and like have.
Those are half babies.
I'm sorry, listeners.
All right, let's go.
I'm a truth machine.
Really?
I feel like if you ask me a question, I have to answer
follow
it.
that rabbit
A
hole down.
truth machine.
If you guys ask me a question,
Can
I
you get
answer
on?
it.
We're
You're an opinion machine.
we're nearing the end
Fact-
of the movie. I hope.
Okay, so now he's just now burying Mr. Walker.
God damn, that's 2 deaths in.
Back in the school that he's looking towards, he sees Nurse Mary Lou doing a striptease, and he's digging and fucking. It's like going back and forth in the nurse's station. And I was wondering, so he's burying people out there, but he gets the grass perfect. Normally, if you bury somebody, there's like a mound of dirt there. He's like,
I think this has something to do with like Mary Lou.
she's a magic
influence. Yeah.
magic lawn work.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I just think she's like influencing like everything about like around Alex.
Yeah.
So he does at this point tell Mary Lou that he loves her. And then
I would too.
he gets put into the
This is
football
the
game.
dream girlfriend, like no pun intended again. Like
gets-
she quite literally.
He gets put in the football game, and he sees Mr. Walker's fingers sticking out, so he just kind of
He
tamps him
pushes
back
him
down.
down.
And the bully's mad, and there's like a
That's
Rudy moment.
The
He-
bully's name is
Andrew.
Andrew. Yeah.
But he wins the game, and there's like a Rudy moment where they're like got him up on their fucking
Gross.
shoulders and shit. And then we see a really sad Asian kid, and the Asian kid is really sad because he's not number 1 on the honor roll because Alex is number 1 on the honor roll. And Miss Richards cannot fucking believe it. She's like, this guy's a hacker.
Dude, so what Mary Lee's doing to Alex is she's basically giving him the experience of an elitist rich kid.
Being a
Where he
really
doesn't have to work, everything's
successful
fucking
person.
an A, and it's great.
So Mary Lou knows that Mrs. Richards is going after Alex, so she like blocks her way and pulls her into the home ec room where she puts her in like is that a hair dryer? And it's filled with battery acid, and this bitch
That
just
shit
melts.
is awesome.
It just melts.
Yeah, it's a really good death.
And there's this cool cut to somebody dropping Alka-Seltzer, which is also like fizzing and melting, much like Miss Richards. And it's at the school council meeting. Andy wants football trials, and Leonard's not very happy about that because he's a nerd. And Alex goes to the home ec room, and he's like, what the fuck? And there's a couple mannequin jump scares. And then Mrs. Richards falls on top of him. And he's mad at Mary Lou. And he says, I don't want any fucking pie. And they start fucking on the table, during which some milk gets spilled, I guess.
I think
That's there for a reason.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Come on now.
Don't cry over spilt milk and battery acid.
No, what? You totally missed the point of the spilt milk and them fucking.
Oh,
You talk about self-milking all the goddamn time, and somebody else milks
was
somebody
like
else,
cutting-
and you totally.
it was like
you
cutting
are
to
a
a
fucking
fountain.
virgin. Jesus fucking Christ! All right, that
It's like a fountain.
you didn't get that. It was
It's I guess I do now. I didn't.
motherfucker.
So homie's fighting with Shane.
Virgin.
Alex is fighting with Shane. He's fighting with Sarah, and he gets home, and you think he's fighting with his dad, but his dad's so proud. He's just a chip off the old block. He's the
Because he got
valedictorian.
into. Yeah, I thought he got into school. I don't.
So he buys him a fucking Fat Boy Harley and a leather jacket. Alex is in his room playing the saxophone,
Oh, yeah, he's
yelling
real
at his
cool now.
sister. And his dad's like creepily cleaning a gun and talking about how evil women are. Basically telling his son that he's been cheating on his mom with a bunch of man-eaters. And
he says man killers.
Sarah's pissed. So she's baked a mountain full of fucking cookies. And
Perfect woman again. This movie's full of perfect women.
The kitchen is
Alex
filled
has
with
the
cookies.
best
There are like literally
situation.
mounds of cookies.
Dude, he's got one woman who gets mad at him and bakes, and he's got this woman who doesn't exist that fucks him all the time. It's the shit.
And makes his life, I guess, good.
No, dude,
Except
totally.
that he's having
Except
to,
for at the end.
he's
but-
having to bury Mrs. Richards.
A small fucking
And
price to pay.
They
Small
do that.
penance.
They do that cool trick where the camera's in the grave and he shovels dirt onto the camera.
High
to
school's got to
blackout.
dig a hole once a week. Shit.
But
It's a little
Andrew
bit too much for me.
Andrew somehow comes onto the field right after he's finished burying the guidance counselor and punches him. And Mary Lou shows up in football gear and throws a drill ball into Andrew that nails him to the goalpost. And Alex is
awesome.
like, "Fuck this, we're breaking up." And
They
this
didn't
is
really have a relationship. But
Mary
I mean,
Lou starts glowing purple and throwing
Dude,
a
this is
tantrum.
exactly how breaking up with girls is whenever you do it and they don't do it.
But she
It's
just
fucking crazy.
she disappears and he's like, "Women."
No. She starts glowing purple and then goes wah, 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 and disappears. And
She
that's
disappears.
dude,
okay,
that's
well,
all my
you know
experiences.
What? Yours are weird.
Yeah, no
So,
shit.
I mean,
Fucking it's like fuck you, and they just go bing, and they're gone.
Then they punch you.
Well,
So-
yeah. Then they punish you. then the lament starts.
So then the
Yeah.
next day at school, he's trying to make up a stare and he gets down on one knee, and she's like, he asked her the prom, and she's like, Leonard already asked, and everybody in the hallway is like, Leonard,
Yeah, 'cause he's a
Leonard
nerd.
Welsh, and Mary Lou is part of the crowd. So then we go
yeah,
to
she's really like just to come up inside that place. It's like nobody, like she doesn't give a shit.
come up in my hand,
Mary
put
Lou
it to
really
my
wants to
mouth.
go back to high school for
I
this
know.
fucking prom queen. This
Also,
tiara.
she got it the first time. Like I know
She's
she
gotten it,
died
yeah,
during
yeah,
it, but
she
she
got
got
it already,
it.
yeah.
She doesn't need it. Like stop.
She ain't gonna let no other bitch have it, but
Oh,
she
that's what I mean,
really
like,
likes hanging around high school.
You really need to get over it,
And also, Mary Lou does like to fuck.
which is fine. But but other than that, she's kind of lame.
In both
She's
these
funny
movies,
in this one,
she's
though.
fucking all over
yeah,
the
she's
place.
like Freddy
She's
Krueger.
funnier.
She has one-liners.
Well, in the last, in part 2, she's just like mean and old school.
no,
She's a loose
like,
necro lady.
See you later, alligator.
She's she's
In
more
this
of
one,
a
she's
Freddy
like
Krueger. She's
Angela
got her
Park.
one-liners.
She's like Angela in Sleepaway Camp 2 and 3.
In this one, she gets to really be herself.
So we go to health class, and there's a sex ed film from 1957 called The Social Disease, and there's
that the
this
first
girl
time you had
Jane
heard of
Doe
that?
from Memphis, and she learns loose morals in her new town, and it ends up being Mary Lou, and she's like coming towards the camera, talking directly to Alex. Pretty sure Alex is the only one seeing that. So he yells and
Oh,
he gets
really?
up.
You think so, Doctor?
Did you notice how
He
the
gets up in
teacher
the
like
street.
rubbed one of the kids' faces on the way before she turned on the projector? She was like, "Today we're going to talk about sex," and then she Sharon Stoned before Sharon Stone did this.
Whoa.
And
I
Basic
missed that.
Instinct did that on top of the desk and was like, "Today we're going to talk about sex." And then she ran up, rubbed one of the students' face, and goes, she hit the nerdiest guy and goes, "Hit the lights, Floyd," or Ferguson, or something like that.
Ferguson.
Yeah.
Oh, was it Ferguson from Clarissa Explains? It All?
That's I was
There we
using it
go.
as an example, or like.
So, yeah, Alex is really disturbed by Mary Lou being in the movie, so he destroys the film and takes off. And the cops show up to question him while he's sitting on the stairs. And they ask him about Andrew, and he's like, "Oh, we weren't enemies." And when he's gone, the cops like, "They were enemies." And,
Well, they're typical like detectives, like write down enemies.
Write down
He
enemies.
said
Write down enemies,
and it's
yeah.
like, no, you guys said enemies, so they're idiots too.
Or there's one of the two cops that get electrocuted.
Yeah.
Is Larry one of them?
No,
So we cut to dinner.
these are the detectives.
Dinner with Leonard and Sarah. And I thought it was kind of cute how Leonard's like a Danny Tanner. He's got to have a schedule for everything.
Yeah.
He's like, we'll have 7 extra minutes to do whatever we want. Meanwhile, Alex is reading a book about sexual hauntings, and there's like 10 seconds of voiceover, and it's just like, oh, let's go to the field. Because he hears Mary Lou calling, and it's just like, Alex. He knows to go to the field.
Pussy
And he can hear,
yanking.
once he gets to the field, he can hear a fake crowd's like, Alex, Alex. But it's all zombies, like in part 2. And his sister comes in and wakes him up. The cops are at the field. And Alex and Shane are like, he's telling Shane what the fuck's been going on, sitting next to the pool. And he's like, yeah, sometimes you boff a ghost. And he ends up falling asleep.
He's like, dude, it's the shit. He's like telling his buddy, like, I want to try it out.
Well, his buddy thinks he's fucking insane.
Get cool with a ghost.
Alex falls asleep.
And from Alex's experiences, like, it's pretty cool, man. Like,
but Shane ends up, dude, I thought it was really cute. And they're really best friends because after he falls asleep, Shane, like, wraps him up in his coat and musses his hair. Yeah, and it seems well,
guy friends don't do that to each other.
It seems like little sister.
He would if it was Brad.
That's different.
Or Nick.
Okay, well, hey, Nick, that's
hey,
you
got
don't
some
have
Grinch eyebrows over there dancing off.
So it seems like little sister Leah is showing up and hitting on Shane, but it turns out, it's fucking Mary Lou, and she pulls his heart out through the couch.
Yeah.
Oh, that's an awesome effect.
Yeah. So Alex comes in after hearing a scream, and he sees Mary Lou in the mirror, and he breaks the mirror, and he knows that she's going to be going after the family. So he fucking speeds out of there just when Shane's parents are getting home, so they see him, and the cops are there, and I guess that's where we see Larry, the guy that's in all 4 of the movies. He's like, says it's Alex.
Yeah.
So he goes to check on the family, but I have the next thing. Oh, this is where the Crazy Bitch rap song comes on with the American Woman
For the first
sample.
time.
Yeah, first time. And he gets the shotgun. He gets the shotgun and he's putting fucking White Cross caffeine pills into Pepsi's. I think that Pepsi has something to do with these movies, man.
I don't know. Who knows? Because
It's
Diet Coke
it's definitely a product
Diet
placement
Coke
in
was
the fourth
all
one.
up in Blood Cult, and I don't think that they were cool with that movie.
True. So the cops are coming, and Mary Lou starts fucking with Alex in his own house. The TV turns on, and all the pictures start having her in it that are on the walls. And
this shit is so awesome.
he thinks Mary Lou's at the door, so he shoots at the door. It's the cops.
Oh, God, dude.
And somehow they don't fucking blow him away.
Well, he ducks down and everything. Well, yeah, that's that too. And he ducks down as soon as, like, he blows a hole
Yeah, they
through
do shoot.
But when they bust through the fucking door with the axe, like, that's a good fucking scene where he's, like, on the fucking ground and shit.
And one of the cops is like, "School's out, punk." And there's a
if he wasn't white, they would have shot him.
After this, there's a cool effect where there's like a montage of news footage, but the TV channel effect happens, and they call him the high school assassin. Oh, and it's prom night now, and Sarah is arguing with her mom. Her mom's like, "You're fucking going." Alex is in jail, and then we see Officer Mary Lou, because she's incredible.
Wait a minute. Whenever it cuts to this scene, right before that, we see Alex's jail cell, and I've been to county. That is a luxurious jail cell. That is not as big as they are, and there's no one else in there.
Even though there was an American flag, these are all Canadian.
Yeah, this is not American jails, and yeah, and also it is way too dark for a jail even at night.
Yeah,
they don't let you be comfortable in there. Like,
so somehow Mary Lou just
I think
goes
if you're in
through.
prison, they might, but
Yeah,
this is in prison. You have to be prosecuted to be in prison. Well, he's in county.
Mary Lou goes through the bars. She's in the fucking cell, and the guards. He's like, help me! And guards come running. She just zaps the guards with her electric eyeballs.
She walks through the jail bars, and then she's like inside there, and then.
But then she's gone.
But she tells him he was like, "You want me to die?" And she goes, "It'll just hurt a little bit."
Yeah.
Well, she disappears, and he's got a key, and he gets a gun from one of the cops.
She leaves,
and he escapes, and he takes Larry, the cop, the hostage, and there's a band playing at prom, and their song
that's
is
Motley
called,
Crue, dude.
It's
dude. We just got done with like fucking the Rock Month or whatever. This band is the best band out of all of them, man.
You think so? Dude,
yeah,
the Bump and
dude.
Grind's better than I Will Attack.
Dude, this song rules, and it sounds like the vocalist, whoever it is, sounds like fucking Vince Neil.
Well, guess who's coming to the prom? It's Leonard and Sarah, and she takes his schedule and crumples it up and throws it away. And Leonard is a bad motherfucking dancer. This guy's got moves.
Yeah, he's awesome.
He's like swinging her around.
No, Leonard's showing everybody what's fucking
it's like
up.
Some Steve Urkel level shit.
No, dude, when he opens his jacket, pulls it off, and then shoulders it back on.
Leonard has become Stefan Urkel.
Oh yeah. Stefan Urkel.
But she's still not into it. Mary Lou's watching. Because she wants to kick the ass of Sarah. And by that I mean like zap her with laser eyes or something.
She's got laser eyes.
Larry the cop is getting handcuffed outside of the car just so he doesn't interfere, like on his belly. And we see Sarah go to the bathroom, and she throws away her corsage and she pulls out a flask and just starts slamming this flask. I'm like, damn, I didn't know Sarah had it in her.
I think she just doesn't like Leonard that much.
She hates Leonard.
And Leonard's not being a shit dude to her. He's like, I've been on a date before. They didn't have fun. I'm sorry. Yeah, like, I apologize.
I think it's because we were 4 minutes behind.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he's not being a dick.
Leonard's cool.
Yeah, he kind of is.
So he hears a noise in the business class, and it's like some big old-fashioned computer, and then we hear Mary Lou's nails on the chalkboard, and she's got a schedule of her own, and the end of it is 10 o'clock, you die. The door slams shut, and
Leonard looks at his watch, and it slams to 10 o'clock.
It does slam to 10 o'clock. And so I guess he gets killed by tape.
Yeah.
Sarah goes into the room and finds them all wrapped up like a cocoon on the ceiling. And we see some purple Mary Lou action busting through the door. And Sarah runs.
Well, Mary Lou goes, I'm the other girl.
I'm the other girl. And she chases her with the Evil Dead camera kind of work.
Steady cam.
She busts out a door with her fucking... Sarah busts through a door with her shoe. And Alex makes an entrance like, where's Sarah? With a gun. And just like shoots. Like, where's Sarah? That's how you make an entrance, man. If you got a gun... You go into a
if you're
crowded place,
accused of multiple murders, and
like,
you want to prove your innocence, you definitely run into a place, shoot your gun, and say, "I'm not going to hurt anyone."
And he says to the band, like, "Take a break, boys."
Yeah, they probably will.
That's good.
Yeah.
So Mary Lou's crazy ass.
They're probably not ready to jump into Kickstart My Heart just yet. If you just fired a pistol.
Oh yeah, Mary Lou grabs Sarah through the floor.
We all saw what happened to Dimebag Darrell. Rest in peace.
Too soon.
No, it's not. Yeah. Let's go.
Okay. So, Mary Lou grabs Sarah through the floor and she's going to drag her through. And Alex makes a deal with her, like, take me. It's going to save everybody. Just don't hurt anybody else. And they go through the floor, but Sarah jumps into the portal at the last second. And they're in old Hamilton hell. Shane's in hell. And... somehow
hell's not that bad. Did some of these these like old friends that had gotten killed in this movie remind you a little bit of Idle Hands?
I've never seen Idle Hands.
A little bit.
But Sarah shoots dead zombie Shane. It doesn't do shit. He grabs the gun, he blows his own brains out, and he's gonna shoot her. Oh, they're out of bullets. So also Leonard and Andrew are there, and them and Shane are kind of chasing her zombie style. She locks herself into a room for a second, but when they break in, she's got some kind of flamethrower rigged up, and she makes
Ellen Ripley from Alien franchise.
She then it has an encounter with a killer jukebox, which is like shooting saw blade records at her.
She flamethrowers that shit too. She flamethrowers
that motherfucker too. And meanwhile, at the Hell Prom, Alex and Mary Lou take the stage, and she's going to put this drill crown on him, which I guess will actually kill him.
It's kind of like Hellbound, though. It's like kind of Hellbound with like Dr. Channard whenever the thing like drills his head, and he's like, he thinks he's going to be a cool Cenobite, and then it's like, oh no, motherfucker.
What was that guy's name?
Dr. Channard.
Channard. Okay. So Sarah shows up with a flamethrower, and she's like, I'm going to torch all you motherfuckers.
And then she says the Ripley line.
Yeah, she says, I don't get mad, I bake.
Get away from my boyfriend, you bitch.
But the thing doesn't work. So
because the record player had thrown a fucking razor disc at one of the hoses before.
Oh, I missed that. But she starts fighting with Mary Lou. They have a little bit of a cat fight, during which she like she somehow sticks the blowtorch that she's turned into a bomb into the cleavage of Mary Lou, exploding
after
her.
it was kicked around to the strapped up Alex.
Yeah, he did help.
When he's
like,
sitting
"Hey,
there, when he's sitting there calling her name and everything, he's like, "Hey, like get it."
And there is a little bit of homoerotic stuff in here, right? So Mary
More in the
Lou,
second one, but I mean,
Mary Lou's gone. But when they're trying to escape, fucking Shane grabs Sarah. He's like, I want Alex down here with me.
Yeah.
That's my best friend forever. And
Rude.
Alex ends up slamming him with an axe. And then there's a bunch of zombies chasing him. And they get in a car. It's surrounded. There's no keys. But Sarah's a bad bitch. And she hotwires it really quickly. And they drive into the present, we think. But they get to a payphone. And he's like, hey, do you have a dime? This doesn't take quarters. And they're like, what the fuck? And then Mary Lou's hand pops through Sarah from the back of the car. And Alex is like, oh, you fucking bitch. And he's stuck in the past.
and then he laughs and it's over.
He laughs.
Oh no, he's stuck in the past, and he just screams up to the sky, "You win! You win!" And it's not that bad of a fucking hell.
I hope he still
Like,
gets to be with
you
Mary
got-
Lou.
I mean, she'll be mad, but she'll come back.
First of all, I want to say there was a boom mic scene when the mom is telling Sarah she has to go to prom with Leonard. I just
No.
noticed
Burn the witch.
that. Kill count. 1, Jack Roswell. He's electrocuted by the jukebox at 5 minutes. 2 is Mr. Walker. His hands impaled to the counter with ice cream cones. Electric mixer drilled through the face at 24 minutes. 3 is Miss Richards. She's locked into a trapped and drenched in battery acid at 39 minutes. 4 is Andrew Douglas. He's impaled to a goalpost with drill-tipped football thrown through the stomach at 50 minutes. 5 is Shane Taylor. His heart is ripped out of the back through the chest at 1 hour and 3 minutes. There are 2 police officers that are electrocuted at 1 hour and 11 minutes. 8 is Leonard Welsh. He's wrapped in and hung by magnetic tape, and his body isn't seen until 1 hour and 19 minutes. 9 is Sarah Monroe. Her hand, there's a hand through the passenger seat and out of her chest at 1 hour and 32 minutes. And then I counted Alex Gray as a death because he's basically
He's
stuck
in hell.
in 50s hell with Mary Lou. The trivia: the budget was $911,351. It grossed $2,683,519. The film was financed through Live Entertainment, owned by at the time by Jose Menendez.
Wait, the dad?
Yes.
Of the Menendez brothers?
Can I finish?
Sorry.
The Thursday before production was to commence, writer/director Ron Oliver went to dinner with the Menendez family, including brothers Eric and Lyle. The following Monday, Ron learned production had been delayed due to the murders of Jose and Kitty Menendez. Filming was pushed back by 2 weeks.
That's crazy.
Ron Oliver was selected to write and direct several episodes of Are You Afraid of the Dark after the creators of the show saw the movie and thought he would do well working with a low budget. He's also been knighted in Sealand, which I didn't know was a place.
Like S-E-A?
Yeah.
No, yeah.
Lisa-
No, it's C, isn't it?
Is that where my semen comes from?
What? No.
No, okay. Anyway,
But
Lisa
Seaman starts with S.
or whoever who portrayed Mary Lou Maloney in Hello, Mary Lou Prom Night 2 said she was never contacted to reprise her role in the film. Despite critical praise for her performance, she was replaced by Courtney Taylor, who is hotter. So, last film of the franchise to
I
feature the character of Mary Lou Maloney.
I do not disagree.
Again, this movie has the code. It's not who you come with, it's who takes you home, which is in every one of the prom night movies. There is no critic rating on Rotten Tomatoes. 16%.
I came with this dude.
16%
And this other
audience
dude
and
takes me home.
4.6 on IMDb. The original prom night, once again, has a 48%. Larry, played by Brock Simpson, who was young Nick in the original prom night, Josh in Hello, Mary Lou, and Father Colin in Prom Night 4. Tim Conyon, who played Alex, was in Angels in the Outfield, Ocean 13, Pushing Daisies, Glenn on this is the main guy. He's Glenn on the episode of Curb Your Enthusiasm that makes the no-fly underwear when Cheryl leaves Larry.
Oh shit.
Yeah, that's him. And she dates him for a while.
Yeah.
So the main character, that's him. He was also in Revenge of the Nerds 3, The Next Generation.
Cool.
Dylan Neal, who played Andrew Douglas, the jock, was Bob in 50 Shades of Grey. He was in Cedar Cove, Dawson's Creek, The Bold and Beautiful, and he was in like 8 episodes of Sabrina the Teenage Witch. George Chuvalo, Mr. Walker. He was Marky. He was his name Marky in The Fly, and he did stunts in RoboCop.
Sweet.
So what do you?
Leonard was in RoboCop too, as well. RoboCop as well, and Sarah was in The Brain.
Was in what?
Sarah was in the movie The Brain.
Oh yeah, yeah.
What do you rate this, Nick?
I know you guys are gonna unfavor this and not like it, but this is a strong 5. This is a perfect score. I love this movie. This is the best of the prom nights for me. This movie is ridiculously well acted.
It's funny.
I like creature features. I like
Very
horror
inventive
comedies.
deaths. Inventive deaths.
And it's acted naturally. Like, it's ridiculous and it's stupid.
Is this
I like camp.
Is this Strasbourg or
No, I like
what's the
being
other
able
one?
to enjoy something instead of people stalking around in dark hallways.
Let's Scooby-Doo the normal. Yeah.
I give it a 3.5.
I like that shit too. You know, like
You gave the other. You gave 2, 3, correct?
Yeah.
I'm going 4. I'm tied. Tied with 2 and 3.
All right, we'll stay gagged on ice cream cones.
Yeah, stay gagged on banana splits, bitch.
man, I want to stay gagged on Mary Lou.
I knew you
I
were
want to
gonna
meet
say
a
that.
girl like this. Like, ghost bitch, come to me.
And stay gagged on spiked football.
ghost
Stay
bitch
gagged on
come.
all of our
She
social
won't- she
media,
probably won't
Instagram
come.
and TikTok, Gag with the Knife Podcast.
What if you let
Twitter,
down a
Gag
ghost
Knife
bitch?
Pod. Become a Patreon for member shout outs, early access episodes,
Because she can fuck anyone from history.
fan requested episodes, and bonus exclusive episodes at www.patreon.com/gagwithaniPodcast. Buy our merch at gagwithapodcast.com, and we'll see you next time for our last prom night movie.
Let's dance.
Yep, put on your red shoes and dance the blues.
She's gonna freak you, break you, take you, play you like a fool. That ought to teach you. Nowadays the freaks don't play. Always on your tip when it's PAY day. You got trapped by the pretty face, kicked the better bass, but it was Leatherface. In other words, oh boy, you got sliced, cause American women are cold like ice. She's gonna freak you, play you like an amateur, juice you, reduce you, yeah, damage you. In this era, never make an error, or she'll capitalize on that terror. Terror. Yeah, terror. Check it out. She's gonna freak you, then you're trapped. See a mini skirt and can't turn back. Black veil attraction. Cold winds are blowing, the zeros are growing, and that's why she's going to funk you up, pump you up. She's a hottie. Turn around, she'll. Yeah, you better play it wise. She's gotta have a brain to go with those eyes, and she's nothing. But you try to risk it. She played you. Now you're a statistic. In this era, never make an error, but she'll capitalize, and that's terror. Terror, spelled with a capital T. Take heed. It's getting hard to breathe. You can't slip, slide, don't sleep. Stay awake, or she'll decapitate, destroy, dictate. Sorta like a snake, but more slime, more fly. Must be a fool if you think she won't lie. Take her out, wine and dine her. 24/7, she's a 49er. Like Jerry Rice, no, but very nice. Yo, better be dope to F around with the maestro. You better wait your turn. Can't be done, bird. In this era, never make an error, or she'll capitalize on that terror. Yeah, terror, know what I'm saying? Break it down. Yeah. I wanna see some dope dance steps. She's gonna freak you, drive you crazy. She knows you're loaded, she wants your babies. LTD, should I love them? Leave them or please them? Just please them. Thanks, I knew you'd agree. But still, I think I'm chill. Write dope rhymes when I count my bills. I'll just max me. They can't tax me or give them my digits so they can fax me a photo. with a 2-page description. If I'm impressed, I give them permission to come to my crib, stand in the line. The ones that I check for the ones with the broad mind. In this era, never make an error, or she'll capitalize on that terror.
Nobody should.